Welcome to the My Inner Struggle podcast. I'm your host, Laura Ferry, and this is episode 72 and your permission slip to begin again. Whether it's your goals, your healing, your business, or your boundaries, this episode is your reminder that it's not too late. Maybe you've fallen off track. Maybe life got messy. Maybe you've been in survival mode trying to hold everything together, and the version of who had big dreams and bold plans feels far away right now. I get it. I've been there too. But here's the truth. You don't need a fresh start, a new month, or a perfect condition to begin again. You just need this moment. You're allowed to pivot. You're allowed to re-choose. You're allowed to take a deep breath and say, okay, I'm ready now. This is your reminder. Come back to yourself again and again and again and still be worthy of everything you're building. So let's talk about it. When you're ready, grab a cup of coffee and come get uncomfortable with us. Hey, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here. There's been so much going on, and it's been really, really interesting once you get to that point where you can observe yourself and see what's happening and think about whatever the scenario is in an objective manner. And there's been so many things, and there's so many things on my mind that I'm excited to be able to share them with you tonight. One of them, so I was talking in the beginning about you can pause and you can start again and you can start and literally you can start again and again and again from each moment to moment if you need to take a moment, pause, and begin again. And that includes like your thoughts and everything else in between. But I just want to share a little something. So this month, August of 2025, the Self Love Club turns one. And 2 years ago, when I was starting this journey and relaunching my business, and I was putting everything in and going all in on this, that the Self-Love Club thought was born. And it was really just this group sort of coaching program that I had put together. And I tried that again and again and again. And it didn't align at first. And then a year later, I launched what you now know of as the Self-Love Club, this beautiful online community for women to gain confidence through community and connection. And it's a supportive space where we're all growing together. And since then, now I've opened a special section in the Self Love Club for women entrepreneurs, for business owners, because building a business can be lonely, and I was lacking that. And so the more things that I can create for other people to feel less lonely, that they're going through something with a supportive community, means the world to me. It's just that section has just started. So if you've been kind of thinking about it, join. Literally, your first month is only $5. And because the Self Love Club just turned one, I'm also offering each new member in the month of August a copy of my journal, which is just beautiful. It's 90 days of daily journaling, and there's different activities. There's some coloring pages, there's dot journals, places for you to just kind of open up, and then there's great prompts too included in that. So that's just kind of a perk and my way of saying thank you for joining this month as the Self Love Club turns one. And it's pretty cool because when I think about it, 2 years ago I had this thought, this seed that I planted, and it didn't work out the first time, and it wasn't even what it is now. So your goals evolve into what they're supposed to be. And I am a true believer in everything happens for a reason. And there are other lessons that I needed to learn along the way in order to get where I am now. And lately, I've been in this season of change, and it's been interesting, and I am so used to changing. It's kind of weird. I'm used to pushing myself into the uncomfortable space. I don't mind being direct and honest because I think that's more kind than not being truthful with people. But this first segment that I wanted to kind of bring to you is about like losing momentum. And it's okay to lose momentum sometimes. Sometimes we need to step back a little bit and take a look at what we're doing and make sure we're really going on the path that we want to be on. We might have this idea or this image in our head of what it looks like that we want, but our method to get there may be different. The plan may not wind up like that. And in the end, it all works out the way it's supposed to. hence the self-love club. And I did lose momentum in that for a little bit and I put it down. I just put it on the side. I knew it was there. I kept utilizing that language. I had started my meetup group at the same time. So that was about 2.5 years ago or so. And now I have over 300 people in the meetup group. And that is a beautiful thing. And people are exchanging numbers when they get together at these free events that I do. And that was really the goal, so that people are less alone. And it feels really, really good. And now I have this core group of self-love club members that show up for themselves every week and they're getting places. It takes time. Change takes time. Change is uncomfortable. Change can be messy, but they're all showing up for themselves every week. And it's so cool to watch. And then we have a group in the self-love club that is also just kind of watching from the sidelines. They're not quite ready yet, which is okay too, because maybe you're kind of just listening and watching along the way until you're ready to jump in. But if you're kind of at that point and you need a little push, let me know. But again, if you are a female entrepreneur, I encourage you to join the Self-Love Club. Not only is it personal growth, but we also, in that special call on Wednesdays at 10, we talk everything business. So if there's something that you're struggling with, we can talk about it and we can figure it out together. It's a beautiful way to get community around you and create some really, really great relationships while you're building your business. Again, go to lauraferry.com, click on the Self-Love Club and sign up. Your first month is only $5. And you get that beautiful journal this month too, since we're celebrating our first birthday. I've been in this season lately, not that I lost momentum, because I don't think I lost momentum, but really earning my worthiness, forgiving myself for past mistakes and pausing and catching my breath. I've definitely taken a step back on some things just to give myself some space and to see what comes out of that. And now I've made it this practice. At first, the space felt weird because I started that back in January, February. So now I've been in this like space mode for like a while, and that's like felt really good. And now it's part of my daily and weekly practice and taking a moment. And I'm building a lot of things and I'm doing a lot of things. And I was on a call yesterday with a new client of mine and they're like, literally like, when do you sleep? And I know it sounds like a lot and it is a lot. But I truly do have, one, a good team on my hands, and two, a lot of great systems. And that is what I bring to the table when I'm coaching with my business clients, is all these systems that you can save time with and you're still being efficient, and helping them delegate responsibility and convey that well to their employees and their audience and everything else that's involved. So when you feel you are overwhelmed and you need to take a moment, take that moment. Don't feel guilty about it. Everything will be there tomorrow. And it's easy, like as I was my whole career, right? I was always that support person. So I was always telling the CEO, you need to step back. You need to take some time for yourself. Don't be on the computer all weekend. Don't be, running from meeting to meeting. Step back and take some time for yourself. And then as a business owner, I had to start reminding myself, I'm like, okay, I mean, there are times that we have to grind, but is it necessary not to get your required sleep every night? No. That's when you know you need to ask for support and lean on other people and get the right systems in place so that you can enjoy your life, so that your business isn't running you and you're just running your business. It's really, really important. And sometimes when life throws us off track, which it will, having those systems in place allows you to also step away when you need it and you hadn't planned on it. It's really a beautiful thing, and having the right members on your team, which is also something at Laura Ferry Growth Co. that we help with. Everything from bookkeeping and getting your finances together, working out, working budget or cash forecasting so that you can get to the next level. And anything that's like from admin related tasks, just project work. If you just need a project done that you need to be able to hand off to someone and know that they'll get it done, to content management and social media management. People have seen me grow my brand, my inner struggle, and the Self-Love Club, and they are coming to me asking if I can do it for their business. So I've been working on all of that. Any kind of like VA related tasks. And and I have this beautiful team behind me ready and waiting to help you. So it's really awesome. I want to kind of go into choosing again. So I talked, if you watched the last episode with Audrey from Deep Rooted Wellness, I went on a backpacking adventure with her and a few ladies I had never met before. And I truly believe that I left a piece of myself in the woods. And when I got back, I felt a little scrambled. So all of last week, I didn't feel like myself. I didn't even know where to dive back in, but I had all of these contacts that I was making and potential clients that wanted to meet up, and things were going really well, but I was still I needed a moment. And I was able to do some writing. And if you haven't checked out the blog recently, check it out at myinnerstruggle.com. You can also get to it from lauraferry.com, and really getting back to myself, because I spent a good probably month and I just couldn't produce anything. I could not write much. It just was not coming to me. And I was taking the space for myself and I felt really good. But it wasn't until right before I left on this trip that I was like, it just started coming to me and I needed that release. And coming back from that trip, I really felt like I found my voice again. And I was able to kind of stand up for myself, which I haven't done since I've been divorced. And I think that I held a lot of guilt, for one, on a lot of things, for ending my marriage, for moving on, for wanting more for myself, all sorts of things that were like really deep under the surface. And I was able to access that. And I came back a different woman, more confident, ready to take up space and stop apologizing. And there's different levels of this, because I had given that all up in so many levels, like in business and things like that. But when it comes to my personal life, I'm still taking baby steps. So I'm still like getting there, and it's been a really interesting ride. And I was able to step back into it and ask for what I felt, ask for what I deserved. And I was not met with love at all in any regard. And that was okay. And at first it really, really hurt. And then I realized that was why I wasn't in that anymore. And just observing different behaviors and patterns and things like that. And it was really interesting. And so now I am here moving forward. And I take that and I realize that I did make the right decision, and I'm letting go of any guilt, and I'm forgiving myself for more moving forward, for wanting more, for building this business, for believing in myself, because that individual clearly never really did. And now I have this moment where I can choose again. I can choose myself again. I can start again. And it's almost like this rebirth that happened in the woods. And it was really fucking cool. And I can't wait to do it again, because I think that there's so much more to discover about myself and who I am as a person, and as I grow into this next version of me. So it's really fucking cool. So that is the beautiful thing, that you can begin again and again and again and again, as many times as you fucking need to. There's no limit. It's your story. It's no one else's story. It doesn't belong to anyone else. So I want to ask you a question. What season are you in? Are you being honest with what season you're in? Are you making excuses? Are you scared? Are you choosing fear over faith? That was another thing. That was the most recent blog that I wrote. And then there'll be another one out this week about the actual experience in the woods. But the journey getting there was half the fucking battle. And I kept going and I kept pushing, because I knew I deserved to go, and I knew something was waiting for me. I had worked hard to train to do this. And I had said to Audrey, I think in the last podcast episode, like, I trained for countless 5Ks and 3 half marathons, and training for this backpacking trip was way different, a whole different kind of mental energy. And I'm so fucking glad that I did it. Again, if you are interested in hearing more about that, check out the blog at myinnerstruggle.com, but also check out Audrey at Deep Rooted Wellness. She's on Instagram and Facebook, and what she does is truly amazing. So if you are an outdoorsy kind of person, I would encourage you to check that out and just dip your toe in the water, because she does all sorts of like mini retreats too that aren't such a commitment if you need to start off slow. So let's talk about our seasons. So whatever season you're in right now, I want you to ask yourself that. What season are you in? And be honest with yourself. Fully honest. This is why I love journaling so much, because there's no one that is going to judge what you're writing about yourself. You are your biggest critic, right? There's no one else that's going to be judging you on that. And the more honest you can get with yourself, and the more you can dig back and ask yourself why, the more information you're going to learn about yourself, your patterns, your habits, rewriting routines, rewriting a dream. Maybe you kind of got somewhere and you're like, I don't know how the fuck I got here and I need to switch it up. Or how do I get out of this? Or how do I start a new dream? How do I reinvent myself? And how do I start showing up for myself? So journaling is a big thing that I'm a strong proponent of. And like I said, it was like a solid month that I was like empty. There was like nothing coming out. And then as that adventure was coming near and near, it just started pouring out. And now I've been writing, I'm working on my new book, and that's been really, really cool too. So, what season are you in right now? Be honest with yourself. The second question that I want you to kind of think about is, are you rebuilding, resting, starting over, craving structure, craving clarity? Or maybe you're in a growth season. Maybe you are planting seeds and maybe you're starting to blossom. So think about that. And I want to hear about it. So shoot me a message on social or send me an email. I want to know where you are in this season and what's happening. So I'm going to round this out. This is going to just be a quick pep talk this weekend or this week. I don't even know what day it is. There's no shame in slowing down. In fact, it's encouraged. You need to slow down. You need to take intentional steps forward. There's no shame in coming back to yourself. That is exactly what the whole point is. And if you're not connecting with yourself, you're missing it, because this is your one shot. This is your shot at living a happy and fulfilled life. And if you're not talking to yourself like you're someone you love, and you're not filling your cup, and you're not just loving yourself, you're missing it. You're missing it. And you're allowed to change direction as many times as you need to. You're allowed to pivot, and you're allowed to rise again. And you're allowed to let all of those negative people, thoughts, and what they say to you go, because you deserve better. Trust me. So this week for your homework, I want you to take those questions and I want you to journal it. Message me what season you're in and what's going on, and sit with that truth again, that you can start again. I'm glad that you checked in with me this week. There will be so much more next week. Be sure to check out the blog, the Self Love Club, and Laura Ferry Growth Co., all at lauraferry.com. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, or if you know someone that could really use a little pep talk too, please share it with a friend, and please subscribe wherever you're watching or listening, and give it a like. And as always, I am thinking of you and sending you love, and I will see you soon.